This whole video thing's new to me. Working on this stuff, not working on cars is new, but taking it to this detail is new to me. Kind of like my self-training. This is what I want to do and I want to learn. And I'll move to something else. But what I wanted to talk about is sometimes you screw stuff up. So when I cut this side, I did a lot of measurements off the other piece, but this side was probably, because I had to yank this piece off, probably kind of was not accurate when I was taking the measurements. Because I had to beat this piece out of it because I thought I was going to be able to use it because I had to put it in this piece. But this piece was so rusted. I did weld it all back together, but I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's paper thin, so I can't use it. Bought a new piece. And I'll talk about this piece later. You got to make some modifications because this panel I got from Brothers doesn't have the indentations, and all the pieces are made to have the indentation here. I didn't know this didn't have the indentation, but I can work around it. So what I had to do is I needed an extra 1/4 of an inch down here on the bottom to get the angle right. I had this guy tipped down, so when I put my template on, this angle was pretty far. This piece came down because it was too much of a gap here, pulled the piece in. So what I had to do was cut out of the piece of metal I cut out, I just welded it back on. And I spot welded it back on and then ground it down with my, and hey, I got to talk about these tools I'm getting. These are pretty cool. I used to have just Harbor Freight and $10 tools I bought at the thrift store, at the flea market and stuff. And now that I'm doing this, I'm finding out none of that stuff works. So I'm going to have to do a video on these guys. But this tool I use, I like the right angle better than the other one. Just works better for me. And I take it down. Another little cool tool I bought, and it is another right angle. I guess right angles work better for me. I can see better. But this tool is fantastic compared to what I had. If you notice in some of my earlier videos, I had a Dremel tool. So somebody asked me why I used it. That's all I had. So I used what I had, and I got this pretty cool tool, under $100. I think both of these were. We'll figure that out. All right. So some of the things I had to do, and I know you can't see it, is since this has an indentation in it, this piece here, I had a hammer and dolly, pounded it in. I basically took a piece of wood, cut a notch in it, used it as my base. I just pounded this edge down in, kind of rounded it out. And I'll grind it down and finish it up once it's all welded in. So I got this side, measurements here good from one edge to another. All my end points that took my measurements from, that's all good. That's about all I have for this side. You mess up, you got to fix it. And it's just part of the deal. And I think it's pretty cool to just be able to do that and get it done.